Spencer, should we, like, I think you were saying it was going to be low, right? There's one more, right? That Paisley? Yeah, the track. He can go first since he's good music.
Do I need a night?
I know.
Okay, so happenings at HiSAM, it was developed through a conversation that I had with a couple of coworkers as things started opening back up. So we wanted to, because we weren't allowed to do events yet because for safety and everything, but we wanted to still kind of have eventful happenings at the museum. So one of them is Mucho Botanica, which is happening in what we call the Mirror Room, and that is by Sofia Enriquez.
I got invited by Nikki and Ali to come check out the work at the HiSAM, and we got to see the permanent collection. And while we were like browsing around the gallery, I saw the June Kaneko heads, and that just clicked with my work because I use a lot of heads in my work. Like, I started using the same imagery that I do, but just kind of making the sizes bigger, kind of like those sculptures. For this piece in particular, it was inspired by like the first time I hiked out here. So I came out here last October and never been to Hawaii before. I was like, oh, you know, like cool. And I went out and like hiked. I'm like, oh, this is intense. This is not a joke. Like, this is a real like experience, and I've never felt like that before. It felt kind of overwhelming. I was like, whoa, these plants are really, really old. They're huge. And I've never experienced color like that. And that feeling was the like starting point for this project. So I wanted to kind of mimic that. My paintings are usually like iconography. There's this thing, they're all kind of floating. And I wanted to create a space with that. And just see what that looks like. You know, what does one of my paintings look like in real life? So working with Spencer, I just kind of pitched to him this like proposal of making a set that's really floral and has all these different like shapes. And I'm like, we have a lot of space to play with light and stuff. And he already knew what I was talking about when I said set. Wanted to make this installation really like happy and positive and like uplifting and high energy, and I was thinking like what music makes me feel that. So I was thinking about like 90s house music. Then I met Benji and I just kind of sent him like a playlist of what I was vibing to, and he's like, oh, okay, like I see what you mean. I'm like, can you like help me out? Like, what can we do? How can we set the vibe, you know?
So I kind of like looked over Sofia's art and kind of like her pieces, and derived inspiration from it, and kind of like came up with the two songs that I made, and I just tried to fit her vibe, and she also told me she wanted house music, so the music is kind of like upbeat but also kind of sad, and that's typically kind of what my music sounds like, and I think in Sofia's art that comes across as well, so it was kind of like a match made in heaven, I guess.
When people see this installation, I hope they stumble upon it like they found it hiking. Like they went on a trail and they were just like, oh, what? This is dope. Like, this is random. This is a good little spot to kick it. You know what I mean? And like having your people here, whoever you come here with, like, and just kind of having that moment with them. This is just my interpretation of what I felt that day.